Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Easy Career Growth, where we try to break down complex topics into something very easy that you can put plans in place and go after. Today's topic is change management. You know, in today's business landscape, things are always changing. There are either new laws, new equipment coming out, new software coming out, new people, new processes, always something different. The new manager come in, want to change everything. Always something. So I'm going to give you 5 key things that you need to do when you're trying to implement change or you're trying to do change management within your business. Let's jump right in. So when you're trying to change something in your organization, you need to have a really clear vision on what you want to do. You can't come out willy-nilly and not have it all laid out. You really need to think this thing through properly, put some steps in place, get some shareholders that you're going to work with, and then you need to do some type of beta test. You need to make sure what you're trying to achieve, number 1, is it achievable? Number 2, that the right tools are in place, and number 3, you have to have the right people to support it. So the key thing, start off with, you gotta have the right vision. You don't have the right vision, you don't lay it out properly where everybody can clearly understand what you're trying to do and the benefits of doing it, you're gonna have issues. But if you can lay that out clearly, if you get everybody to clearly understand, you're off in the right direction. Number 2, stakeholder engagement and involvement. So the key thing you need to do, and I talked about this a little bit in number 1, you need to make sure you pull together a good team, and it should be a balanced team, whether it's engineers, someone from commercial, someone from the finance team, someone from HR. Make sure you have some critical people that's balanced, who understand what you're trying to do. Make sure these people are energetic, they're willing to take on change, they're not someone who's out there pushing back on change. These people are the early adapters. These people want to get engaged, they want to do something different. They're risk takers a little bit. Make sure you get the right team together, and then make sure you stay engaged with that team. Make sure they have an open loop of communication. Make sure it's not strict and rigid where they can't ask questions, they can't poke holes into your plan. When you do that, when you allow that flexibility, your plan will actually improve. Your change, what you're trying to do, will improve. So it's not going to change the overall objective, but how you get there. You turn right, turn left, go straight. You need to get your people involved, because those are the guys that are on the ground. Those are the foot soldiers. Those are the ones that are actually going to do it. And from this team, you might roll it out to a larger organization. So make sure you have the right shareholders in place from the very beginning that will help your change go through a whole lot faster and more efficient. You need a robust plan and strategy. Okay, so your plan is going to determine how you're going to do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your strategy is how you're going to engage your plan. So you need both. You need plan, you need strategy, okay? You need plan and strategy. Let's go back from the beginning. You need a vision, right? You need shareholders who are going to do it, and then you have the plan, you need an effective strategy. So when you roll out your strategy, make sure you have toll gates in there. So for checks and balances, make sure you can measure, make sure you're thinking about what you're trying to do. At this point, you know what the end game is going to be. You know what you want it to be. How do you get the masses? How do you get your team, your other people in your organization to engage and move forward? This is the strategy side, right? You can give A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hey guys, go follow it. But not everybody's going to follow 100%. So you need a strategy. You need some motivation. You need some initiatives to get everybody on board, to get them there as quick, and time is money. So when you're trying to do something, you can either jam it down everybody's throat, or you can easily get them to come. And when next thing you know, they're part of the process. They're helping you push. You're not pulling anymore. They're actually on board with you. Those are some key things you need to do. Make sure you have an effective strategy, an effective plan. Using a business coach can be a game changer. Coach can help you define your goals, pick your strategy, and also stay aligned and stay focused throughout your journey. I've been doing this for over 24 years, and I can help guide you through some of the many obstacles that you might face inside and outside of the working environment. So if you're committed to your career growth, I'd love to invite you to a no obligation, no pressure, free, complimentary session with me. Hit this link below that takes you to my website where you can set up your session. And let's get back into the video. Thank you. Once you have your plan laid out, you need to train your team. You need to make sure everybody knows what you're doing and lay it out properly. Lay it out to a point where, there's some feedback, etc., etc. So if you have a new software that's coming out, make sure, everybody's gone through some type of beta test if you have that time, but also training. PowerPoint presentations are not training. Let me say that again. PowerPoint presentations are not training. It's a good overview. It's a good way to get people engaged to kick it off. But you need hands-on training. You need to give some examples. You need to allow people to get into the system and play with it. You need to allow them to be able to make some mistakes. So if you can set up some dummy programs on the side where people can play, they can run some, examples. This is training. This is true training. Try to make sure everybody's engaged, everybody can adapt. Everybody on your team doesn't adapt as fast as others. Some people are visionary learners, other people are practical learners. You need to have some balance there to make sure you get everybody there almost at the same time. So when you go live with it, you're live, okay, when you go live. Number 5, and almost the most important thing, is you need to evaluate what you've done. So you need to have some checks and balances in place that you can understand. I want to go to the right. Is it going to the right or is it still straight? You need to be able to adapt, to make some changes as you go. Not flip the whole thing upside down backwards, not flip it 180 degrees, but you need to be able to do a little obliques, a little changes as you go, to nudge it, to move it, because it's now gonna be like hunky-dory when you roll it out. It's not gonna be perfect, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with machinery, you're dealing with processes, and you think you already had all of the software lined out and it's gonna be great. And the guy down on the 3rd floor is going to find some glitch and say it's not working. And you're going to say, hey, I beta tested this thing for 2 months, didn't find this, I've just found it. So give yourself some room, some flexibility to make some changes along the way. You're going to need it. And when someone finds something, try to make that change. But maybe you don't have to do all the changes that you need to do to the software and go back to the developers and get it done one time if you can. But if you're not going to do anything tough, shoes, okay, they'll get on with it. You need them to be on board 100%. So I've gone through 5 key things you need to put in place when you're doing some change management organization. Key things is make sure you get everybody together and you get, your vision, you get your stakeholders, you get your plan and your strategy, and you get your training laid out, and then you check, and then you measure, and then you start over again, right? You just keep this cycle going until you get everything that's running like, the fine-tuned car, So if you like this content and you like what you see here, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. It goes a long way to the channel, and I appreciate your time. So thanks a lot. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.